What shocked me was that in 1999, 2000, as we were coming into the next age, the 21st century, we were regressing in thought to bitches and faggots. And yes, at this time, the Taliban were cutting genitals out of women and doing all sorts of things. And yet, our Western men were bonding together, a heterosexual community, all races included, in the States anyway. African American, European American, Latino American, Asian American, so on and so forth. To have power over and put the boot over the neck of the bitches and the faggots. They needed to be subservient. And I really found that very scary and telling. It was a time bomb ticking. And so the only way that I knew how to respond, having just become a mom and brought a little girl into this world, was to say, okay, boys, you take a man's word, you take his seed. So let's plant your seed. Let's go. Plant it in the voice of a woman. There it will get consummated. Let's take your words. Let's see what they do. I like doing it. It's really good fun. Sometimes it's just off the cuff. You don't know why. Something comes, somebody asks you to do something, and you say, okay, I remember that one. I haven't done it in a long time, but you know, it's like perfume. Music is like that. It can seduce you, or it just can say, oh, hi. And so it shows up in the show. And because the show, the idea is that it's different every night, depending on where you've been that day, who you've talked to. Any of us that like music anyway just love the idea that there's a great band. And there are not a lot of great bands that happen, that transcend, that, you know, and you lived through it. So that in 10 years' time, as we saw, 15, 20 years' time, people look back and say, wow, that was one of the great bands of music. And we were there. Well, we were part of it. And somehow we feel like, in our little small way, you know, while it was happening, we were in it. Do you see what I mean? We weren't there when the Beatles were occurring. We weren't there when the Stones were occurring. I guess I was there when Rocky Horror Picture Show was occurring because because I was. But I think people feel that. And what a loss of a voice. Visionary. I don't usually pick what I listen to. I get the crew that surrounds me, the musicians and the sound people, if they will, to open up their CD libraries. And I check it out and put it back in, and that is all very democratic. And I think that it keeps me open to music that I wouldn't personally pick up. I listen to things that aren't necessarily for my listening enjoyment. I listen to learn, to take different journeys on that maybe I wouldn't want to take, because I just want to listen to a favorite album that, it's close to my heart, that I remember from 15 years ago. So right now, the reason I'm not saying one artist is because it's not about alienating one from me. It's really not about that. I think we've all been at that place where the girls at lunch don't have a place for you to sit down at their table. And, there's beginning to be a lot out there now, which is exciting again. You might have to search for it, but it's out there. We're touring, I think, until August. So I think we might be coming to Europe for some festivals, which is very exciting this summer.